I'm gonna blow your mind, hold you close, so close, squeeze you tight.
Collisions when we drive around corners.
Fast food is cheaper than bombs.
Ever hit up in the New York Times? That's still 1 in 5 people who like the woman. And I think, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of her. Hey, she looks good. I'm gonna do it. I can't lie. She's an attractive woman.
They were playing the Nets courtside, so I could hear the shit they say to the refs.
Which resulted in tears and self-revenge.
Oh, booty. I love poetry, I swear to God.
What you got? Answer? I don't know.
It really makes my day because you take interest in what I say.
Further away from you, in this direction.
Dreams are stitched together in indigo midnight scenes.
Orange badass.
Tight as a drum.
Alright, now, our next feature is a graduate of an MFA program at NYU, and he is currently completing his doctorate at the Graduate Center of the City University of New York. Fuck that, I'm a hater, y'all. Fuck that, man. I'm just doing that shit. Alright, he's an author of 2 books, both of which are at the table for purchase, and one is called the Sublimation Point, and the other is called Striking Force. His work appears in many journals and anthologies, including American Poetry, the Penguin Book of Sonnet, and Poetry London, just to name a few. Fuck that, shit, I do. And I'm a hater, I'm from the Bronx, I'm a hater. And he's a recipient of the Emily Dickerson Award from the Poetry Society of America in 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jason Schneiderman. Keep clapping now, make some noise for our second feature.
Schneiderman. Would you take this name if you loved me? Keep it in your mouth for the answer to last name. Spell it over and over and over again for every clerk in every hotel. Spell it on every form, every name tag, every credit card application. What if you knew that it wouldn't fit? That you'd be Schneiderm on the SATs, Schneiderma at school, and inexplicably Niedernam in your yearbook? What if you were a neurologist and your patients could never remember a 3-syllable name? What if you consulted a numerologist and Schneiderman plus your first name added up to early death or wasting disease? What if your first name were Schneiderman as part of an odd family tradition and you would end up as Schneiderman? What if you hadn't been born yet? What if the angels in heaven showed you some lies and you had to pick your family before Elijah placed his finger on your lips and made you forget? Would you make that same decision to journey down that birth canal, to slip headfirst into Schneiderman, heavy as Poland, monstrous as love? I said to the poll worker when I voted on Tuesday that now that Erik Schneiderman is going to be our next Attorney General, people will be able to spell my last name. And she said, and you spell your name S-N... And I thought, it won't change. The Children's Crusade 3. This is documented, but it's the Children's Crusade 3. When we reached Genoa, and the sea did not open, and we were offered homes or exile, there was little choice. We had survived the hot summer, the frozen Alps. This was another trial in our service of God. We left behind the weak and walked to Pisa. The coastline was bleak, but we were sure the sea would open elsewhere, though each day less sure. It was clear that God had abandoned Nicholas, so now we had no leader. We had no homes. We had to continue, even when we saw how bad were the ships that Pisa offered. I sat on the prow as we left port, Palestine far, but in God's grace. Of ourselves and our boat remains no trace. This poem actually was a trace. Some of the people who reportedly were part of that journey were sold into slavery and got back to Europe and said something about it. I don't know. I'm not really. It's weird, but adorable. This comes with an epigraph from Gerard Manley Hopkins. He was converting to Catholicism from Anglicanism, and in a letter to his father in 1866, he wrote, "Approach Christ in a new way, not vaguely, but casting yourselves." You heard that, right? I didn't.
That was right.
That wasn't just in my head, right?
Oh, Christ compels you.
Approach Christ in a new way, not vaguely, but casting yourselves into his sacred broken heart and his 5 adorable wounds. Adorable wounds. When his side opened up like a tent, it was a little tent, because he was man-sized, and when the water came out, it was not much. The tent held nothing but the spear that made it, and that only briefly. The other wounds held only nails. Is it blasphemy to be the nail, the spear? To want to be the nail, the spear? That there was a body is the miracle. There is only one passion, one adoration, one love. Let me sleep inside that tent. Let me be that nail. Sailor at Nostrand and Bedford. 1. If you think that what I want is to touch that sailor, to pull his liquid body from those polyester pants, you'd be wrong. Look at him, all amble and shucks, his bright white cap shading the acne scars that linger on his barely post-adolescent cheeks. Was there a time that I wanted to touch every beautiful man that lived in this world? If there was, it has passed. Now, I want none of that moment where he discovers what his body can do, what it is his tongue will fit, where it is he wants a tongue. Does it mean that I have left the world? I am happy for him, for his beauty, hopeful that he will know what to do with it, that it will get him what he wants before it fades, that he will learn how much the uniform enhances it, how much he can get, and from whom, but not from me. I'm happy for him abstractly, the way I'm sad for orphans, the way I hope everyone can find a way in this world. I have no desire to learn his name, to learn his body, to learn his breathing, or his breath. 2. There was a sailor once. What we wanted was the same, and each other was the last place we looked. Don't think I always want a better medication. Don't think I'll pay the same price.